Hi, I'm going to do some caricature stuff today, and what I got going on is I figure since we're close to Halloween, let's do something with Barack Obama, Frankenstein's monster, and the Wolfman. You're probably wondering how the hell that all ties together. And so am I. So, with that, let's get some paper and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to lay out the characters, just pencil line them in, get them into kind of what I've got drawn here, and probably make Frankenstein's monster about 9 heads tall. Normally a body when you're drawing it is 7.5 heads tall. Just depends on the character. So I'm laying out Frankenstein's monster. He's just going to be kind of the stiff character like he normally is. Hands a little longer than where they should be. And I might just adjust it after a while, but basically this is the character. And then Obama, we're going to put him in the center. And we're putting a book in his hands. And he's kind of a slight guy, so we'll make him somewhat slight, and we'll have him standing there. So I've got my characters laid out: Frankenstein's monster, Obama, and the Wolfman, and they're just squiggly drawings. So I've roughed in his face, his body shape. He's just basically that standing straight up Frankenstein monster watching over Obama. So we roughed in Frankenstein, Obama, and the Wolfman. I think we captured the likeness of Boris Karloff as the Frankenstein monster. Obama's, I don't know, he's got kind of an elongated face, I guess. Thin, so we'll give him some cheekbones, and his ears are a main focus when you look at his cartoons or look at him or look at characters done by other people. His ears stick out, but you also notice it when you're looking at the man. I'm thinking with the Wolfman, I'm going to draw him as a human being and then make the transformation just like in the movies. So I shaped out his head, ear. Ears kind of line up with the eyebrows and the nose. So if you draw kind of a line around there, that's where the ear would fall in. And then the mouth down the center like this. Edges of the mouth come somewhere around there by the eyes, middle of the eyes. And so, alright. Let's put a little fuzz on this guy. Okay, so we're laying in the hair. You know, one thing about the Jack Pierce did the makeup for all the Universal monsters, from Frankenstein, the Mummy, Dracula, Wolfman on up. And he used yak hair. But I always wondered about the Wolfman. Wolfman had all this hair, but he had a beard, he had long hair, he had hair on his chest, hair on his arms and feet, but he didn't grow a mustache. How do you explain that? So we'll lay in his pants, like so, and then his feet. Next step is we'll ink this and be a little clearer what the whole story is about. 3 main characters and some books on the ground with the ACA Act, or the Affordable Care Act. From my understanding, it's like 2,300 pages or something to read. So I think 4 books covers it pretty good. Yeah, let me show you what tools I use. Okay, I like to use a Rapidograph number 2 for some line work. Uniball, and okay, here comes a cat. This would be for Halloween. Nice. Uniball and pens for some lighter lines. As far as pens, I think what I'll be using a number 7 Hunt pen point. Let me get this big butt of a cat out of the way and we'll start inking. That. Probably heard that noise. It's not ghosts, it's a cat. I put a little grin on Frankenstein's monster, if that's possible, to get him to grin. It ties into the dialogue of the cartoon. Speaking of cartoons, I do a cartoon called Living in Lethargy. If you go to www.livinginlethargy.com, I'd like to start it up again, but I need to get a body count. That sounds good for Halloween, doesn't it? I need a body count. I need some people to sign up and show an interest in it before I start it up again. Sign up, it's really easy, it's free. I'd greatly appreciate it if you would. The thing about a rapidograph, you have to hold it pretty much straight up. I don't know why, I kind of like to use it for lines. Like in this case, I'm doing this book. ACA, the Affordable Care Act. This pen tends to work good for doing hair or fuzzy animals, like werewolves or wolfmen. Anybody ever figure out what a wolfman is versus a werewolf? Okay. Look forward to hearing the explanation. Okay, let's finish that up. I don't know what pen point I'm using here, but you get a sense of it. But this will give me a nicer line to work with. Got more black ink. Makes Frankenstein look a lot more bulkier. Okay, coming down to the final. Besides going to Living in Lethargy, I do kind of a neat gift idea. If you go to drawnfromexperience.com, we'll do drawings of somebody's story. Like some funny little event that might have happened, with a boss or a family member or some kind of remembrance. What I do is a 14 by 17 pen and ink watercolor of a person's personal story. Normally it tends to be something, that's funny that happened to somebody. So if you're interested in a really unique gift idea, go to drawnfromexperience.com. Okay, so here's the final pen ink drawing, and I put a little something to hold them down on the paper. That line in the back kind of gives them a stage, and I put a little balloon up above, and I've decided to do some coloring. So while I color, why don't you go to livinginlethargy.com or drawnfromexperience.com, and I'll be right back. Here's the finished color version of the cartoon. I finished in Photoshop, which, to explain what I did, would be another very long video, so maybe another time. Thanks for sticking around, and please subscribe to the channel and visit my 2 websites. Thanks!